Alright, class is in session, Professor J here, and let's beat up on some ugly demons. Look, we have regular ugly demon, slightly tan ugly demon who went to the hair salon, and Satan. Here we go! I had heard of an island home to an ancient tribe blessed with special powers. A light breeze accompanied me on my way to their village. As I climbed a hill, I cast my eyes to the top. A young girl was standing there, her face upturned to catch the sun. I called out to her, and she replied with a voice as clear as a blue sky. My name is Plata. I am a priestess of the winds in the village of the wind deity. I know you have come from afar, but I'm afraid your village is not accepting guests at present. When I asked her why, she dropped her gaze. The last priestess of the winds has collapsed. Her life hangs by a thread. Thus, any that may stir the winds of our village must be turned away. Silence lingered in the air. To break it, I asked who this last priestess of the winds was. Our people worship the winds and have given birth to a line of priestesses blessed with special powers. I am barely fit to call myself one of them. She explained the mystical abilities of her people faded with each generation, leaving most priestesses of the winds with only a fraction of their ancestors' power. One girl, however, has been blessed with unprecedented power. She may be the last true priestess of the winds, and so we named her the last. But one day the winds from the west brought us terrible portents, and a great affliction befell the great priestess. Now she lies unconscious, wandering, the ways of the brink of death. May I ask you, traveler, did you come from the west? If you know what happened, I beg you to tell me. She could only be talking of one thing, the evil seed. I explained everything I knew about it. So it was this evil seed? Even the elders said they had never sensed anything like it before. Plata looked up to the sky, her eyes troubled. After a few moments of thought, she once again dropped her gaze to look at me. Traveler, my duty here is to quell the dark spirits. Their power grows daily since that portentous day. I must remain, but it is far too dangerous for you to stay here any longer. It was then I realized the wind had ceased. The twisted beings wreathed in stagnant air were closing in on us. I readied my weapon to defend Plata. Wow, she seems like a real quality person. Okay, ugly demon. Man, I want to do the drop kick in midair, but I don't think I'll ever do it. Perfecto! But I still have to fight two more boys. Now it's going to be the Tan Man. With a beautiful face as radiant as the sun. Look at him! He's majestic. Excuse me. I know you're just standing there and not actually assaulting me, but... Jabbity, jabbity, jab, jab, jab! Oh, come on! He didn't get sent off the side. I was hoping for the perfect and the ring out. That would have been delicious. Oh, hello, Satan. Chernabog. No, my perfect! That was horribly painful. Vampire level 8? That's what vampires look like? I think that the Twilight movies are grossly misrepresenting vampires. That thing was horrifying. If I were playing online and one of those showed up, I'd wring myself out. Thank you. You're surprisingly strong. Are you calling me weak? And that power, the breeze rages around you. Are you somehow connected to the evil seed? It seems that she learned much about me during the fight. Perhaps her abilities as a priestess weren't as modest as she thought. Yet the power that flows through you is still pure, unstained by good or ill. Possibility swirls around you. Yet I sense that you're not evil. No, not yet. So wait, unstained by good or ill? You can be stained by goodness? As I said, we are unable to welcome guests at present, but should you come to this island again, please visit us and give us 5 stars on Yelp. Plata bowed deeply, then descended the hill towards her village. You got $30! I got some sweet experience. Yeah, so as you guys notice, I went ahead and came down to this island here just because I wanted to get a couple of fights in and not just have it be lots of red books like you see at the top of the screen. Is there something else to do here? There is. You can fight Plata! On my return to the village of the wind deity, I once again met Plata atop the same hill. I was pleased to hear she remembered me too. Okay. Let's beat up the priestess. On my way back to the village of the wind deity, Plata was again standing atop the hill where I'd first met her, her eyes closed. She noticed me and walked over with a smile. I asked her what she had been doing. The same as before, listening to the wind's whispers, seeking news of imbalance and great events. It is part of my training and a way to hone my powers as a priestess of the winds. The last time we'd met, she detected the presence of malevolent spirits. These priestesses must have supernatural abilities. I would love to take you to my village, but I have something to ask of you first. Can I have some gum? Apparently, the village was holding a wind divination ritual in 2 days. Plata was to perform a sword dance to honor their gods, but she was feeling nervous. It is less of a dance and more of a practical demonstration of my skills. Our village's style is not just for show after all. However, I can only learn so much practicing by myself, so I was wondering if you would help me. Plata looked a little flustered and nervous, but if it was just practice, I saw no harm in helping her. You really are a good person. Now let us begin. Winds, hear me! I dedicate this dance to you. She has the voice of a goddess. How can she only be a priestess?
Battle 1. Fight.
Let's get it! How can you do a sword demonstration with your tiny little sticks? Oh, don't hit me! I don't like it! Oh, it's slippery. Slippery's not going to be good for vertical attacks. Okay. Lesson learned. What is that what it is? Slide all the way off the edge. Ow. Okay, that didn't work. Of course, this halo. Up! Haha! Oh man, that would have been nice. What? Don't hit me! Stop it! Stop it! That didn't work out the way I hoped it would. Oh no! No! How is it at the bottom of the cliff, you idiot? Oh, she does not like to be grabbed. Don't touch me! Oh. Ha! Let me join you. I'm familiar with the bottom of the cliff. Yep, nope, don't want to be over here. Perfect! Only not perfect, but it felt perfect. What a very good show of skill. She must be really glad she asked. When our practice was over, Plata led me to her village, on her crippled legs. Finally, I'm starting to feel confident about this ceremony. Thank you so much. The winds must have guided you to me. Did I tell you about my cousin, Talon? She's just begun practicing the sword dance. I want to be a good role model for her. Thinking of her cousin, a slight smile curved Plata's lips. Perhaps she planned to put her hand in cold or hot water while sleeping. The ritual is the day after tomorrow. Do come and watch. I'll tell the elders you'll be there. 2 days later, despite being a rather simplistic affair, the event showed how devoted the villagers were to their faith. Plata walked alone into the center of a ring, and the dance began. Her movements were beautiful, graceful, and her sword sung through the air, whipping up a breeze around her. As her dance ended, she sent a gust of fresh wind in my direction, which swirled around me before fading into the distance. The ritual ended shortly after. I searched for Plata to say my farewells, but she was nowhere to be seen. I eventually found her on the hilltop where we'd first met. Forgive me. Plata's cheeks were wet with tears.
I'm a priestess of the winds, but have much to do before the last priestess of the winds regains her strength. But I'm not strong enough. At the end of my sword dance, I sent the wind to you. It should have cleansed you of all the darkness you bear, but I failed.
Tears rolled down her cheeks, and she hastily wiped them away.
I wanted to lessen your burden.
I stayed by her side until she regained her composure. The sun had begun to set, slowly turning the hill a glorious mirage of red and orange.
Thank you for coming to watch the ritual, Jai. If you visit again, I'll introduce you to Talon.
Oh yeah, look at that experience.
And the money!
Oh, we have nothing else to do on the Island of the Winds. That's sad. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just close this little chapter here, now that we've finished our business with Plata, priestess with the voice of a goddess. I'll catch you guys next time. Class dismissed.